Hello everyone, welcome into my craft space. I'm here to bring you my day for the collaboration with the LineDotArrow design team, the arrows, and I will be using the digital papers, Violet Dreams from, of course, LineDotArrow, and I do have some of the vintage fragments and some of the brown velvet still kind of mixed in on my desk, but most of them are the Violet Dreams papers. So what I wanted to bring today was using dried flowers in your books, and I've been making an altered book, which is just a book that you go ahead and alter any way that you see fit. I've been having a lot of fun using my Tim Holtz Distress paints and just painting the pages and having a great time mixing the papers with paints and doing all sorts of fun different sizes with the pages and whatnot. So I thought it would be great to mix in some dried flowers. I guess we should start with the dried flowers. Firstly, where do you get them? Well, you can purchase them online on Etsy, through some of the craft stores, all of the things. I just took some flowers that I had in my yard and my flower beds. Now, don't go raiding the flower beds. Make sure you have permission first. Unless they're your own, then it's all good. And I stuffed them in an envelope. You can stick them into a heavy book to let them dry out. These ones have been drying for quite a while now. You can see some of them do turn brown. These were purple flowers. I'll try to put in a picture here if I remember of what they looked like before they were dried. And they do get really fragile when you dry them out. But I put them in this envelope. I folded it in half. You can see the staining from the flowers. And then I pressed them with this, what I thought was a flower press, but when I read it here, it actually says that it is for tofu. It's a tofu press, but it looked like a flower press to me, and that's what I used it for. So I just put the flowers in the envelopes here. You can use your junk mail envelopes and what have you, and any flowers will do. And then you can see I put them in the envelope, and I just stuffed the envelope in here, and then I provided compression between the two layers. Now, like I said, a heavy book will work just fine. And I'm not an expert in drying flowers, so I just grabbed flowers that I thought would be pretty and put them into my little pressing process and left them to use for another day. Now that we have a mix of flowers here, some of them prettier than others, and that's just the way it goes. I guess Tim saying you get what you get, you don't throw a fit is kind of fitting here. I have a lot of the frames from the LineDotArrow Violet Dreams collection and her freebies that are available in her LineDotArrow Junk Journal Facebook group. And some just plastic wrap. These were around some stamp. I'm planning to use them just to make a little specimen card in between here. Now, I do have this sideways, and this is going to be one of my pages. I cut the page down so that this is the actual page. So you can do this with this, or you can use some packaging tape. And I think I'm going to go for the packaging tape on this one. We're going to just keep it really easy. You can lay your flowers out any way that you'd like so. I think that is really pretty, just simple and sweet. We can also put in maybe a couple of the purple blooms. Now, don't force them apart if they don't want to. They will break, and then you'll be disappointed. But we can move these around however we see fit. Make a little cluster. Then I'm just going to take this Scotch tape and put it right over the flowers so that they are sealed. Now, I usually say tape for today and glue for tomorrow, and I might put just a little bit of glue before I lay this tape down, just so it stays where I want it to go. And you can see we could have added a little glitter in there, anything that we wanted, but now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this shut, and it just makes like a little specimen window. And I thought this would be a really fun size for the page. I've divided this page into 3. And now you can see that just makes a really fun and interesting little specimen holder. And of course, you can decorate this however you see fit. There's all kinds of pieces. If you don't have dried flowers, you can use some of the flowers that are in the collection here. There's lots of little flowers you can cut out. You can do kind of the same thing, just make them look like a little specimen window. Now, behind here was book page, so I just took some ink and I just kind of put it on there, just to make it a little more interesting and make it more noticeable for the flowers. Now the other page that I wanted to work on was over here. So this page I just kind of left here. We can put a flower right there in that little circle. We could also punch that out. And I haven't really decided which way I think it might be best, but there's lots of goodies in this collection. So you can do these little frames. You could do it the same way. Put some ink back here, put your flowers back here. You could also cut this out and have this as the background, layer your flowers here, put the frame around it here, or you could put it around a page like so. Maybe this side becomes a pocket and this side becomes your little specimen window. This piece here, I've left it 2 on the page that can be hooked together. So I'm going to cut this out, and that's what I've done for the other ones. You can use your scissors or you can use a blade and a ruler. I just poke it through with my scissors. Now if you want this piece to be usable, use your ruler and a box cutter or a blade. And behind here, you could do something like putting lace or some glittery tool, or you can just make it be clear, like with tape or acetate. Transparency film works really good, and so does glassine as well. Maybe you have wax paper, you could glue your flowers to the wax paper, kind of sandwich it in there. Or even like some tracing paper. Now this gets really thin and a little bit fragile, so just be careful while you're working. And again, this could go around a page like so, and you could put your flowers in here, or we could easily punch out this space here and put in the tape. And I think that is really fun. I've seen a lot of videos lately with people using tape on the edges of their pages, and I've tried it and it's so much fun, but I think around a frame will be really nice too. So let's find a little page to do that with. This one I haven't done anything with yet, so we'll go ahead. We could even do it this way. That might be nice. And I think I want to leave at least a little bit up here on the page. So we could just use a pen, trace it out, cut it out. So by leaving just a little edge at the top, that's just actually adding some stability, and around the side as well. Whoops. Fortunately, it is white along the edges, so if I don't get it perfect, that's okay. Now if you have a punch that's a square punch, that might work as well. You could just punch and that would be most of it done there for you, or a die cut even, but it's a little harder when it's inside of a book. Since it's just a rectangle though, it's not too difficult. Famous last words. There's one piece, and then instead of trying to be a contortionist, remember that your project does turn around. And then we're going to have these thin little edges on here again. And I think that will be okay. White around the edges, and then that will just be a little window right here with some fun flowers. So let's do that. Now this will be visible on both sides, so as we're laying the flowers down, we want to be mindful of that. Try to make it look nice on both sides. And again, I'm just going to use some tape, but you could use just some acetate or clear plastic. Let's put some flowers in here now. And some people like to use their tweezers because the flowers are sort of delicate, so if that helps you place them, definitely do that. And my apologies if this is off screen. There we go, I'll try to fix it. Kind of more more want the purpley ones. There we go. That one's really pretty. I'm trying to make it look interesting on both sides. So just kind of keep flipping back and forth. And maybe we'll do one more because 3 is usually more appealing to the eye. Kind of turn one of these so that the good side is this way, although I think they're all kind of good sides. And again, you can apply some glue if you'd like, just to make sure that it is the kind that dries clear. So we're going to cover these flowers now, make a little window, make sure nothing here is sticky anymore. So we have our fun little specimen window, and we'll go ahead and put that little frame around it. So our frame is cut out and inked, and I did print this on regular printer paper and I backed it with book page just to make it a little stronger. Now we're gonna have to have some glue that will glue over this packaging tape, and maybe just put glue on one side at first to get it in the right position. Of course, here I go with 2 sides, so we're just gonna go all in. And I think if I line up the top, it should be okay. My glue does dry clear, so if I get glue all over everything, it will clean off. And I do use water-based glue, so it is easy to just kind of wipe it down. Now that piece I'm gonna have to trim off. That's a little piece of the tape sticking over the edge. And I don't mind this being a little glossy down here. I'll probably stick some of that faux vintage tape down there just to make it look a little more aesthetically pleasing with the book that I've made here. So let's go ahead and, ooh, not trim that. There we go. I think I need some more glue up there. See what it looks like from the back. Love that. And I'm not too worried about this because I can put some other paper there. I can add some paint there. I can add in some other fun embellishments. And here I could put an eyelet as well. Oh, there's one flower hiding in there. I think that looks really cool. Even if the tape is kind of wrinkly around the flowers, it doesn't matter because this is a junk journal and sometimes things are just kind of messy and wrinkly. And once I have this page covered, the beautiful papers from the collection will be showing through here. And I could, of course, trim this page down just a little bit. Let's do it. So that the edge is the bottom of this frame. Okay, so there we have this one. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on fast forward, fill in a couple of these other frames, and we'll come back at the end and look at what we've done. I decided to use the acetate on this one. The flower's not adhered to anything, so it'll kind of move around like a shaker window. Well, here we have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I did make several little things with some pressed flowers. And it's so much fun just using the tape. You could also laminate them. And if you don't like this glossy sheen, you can use a clear matte gesso and just put it right on over it and it will take out some of that shine. I did do this one more like a shaker, so it will shake around in there. This one, I need to glue a couple more flowers in here, but I am out, so I need to make some more. And then we still have a couple more pages in here. This one, we've got the little frame here. markers in there. Here we go. And this one, that was for this one. Oh, this one. This is the one. So beautiful. I love it with the book page behind it as well. So anyways, be sure to check out the other collaboration information to see the other arrows videos and see what they've been making. I'll put all links and information in the description box below. Be sure to also join the Line.Arrow Junk Journal Facebook group and get your freebies. And I hope you have found some inspiration and will get making. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love it if you'd hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.